Hi everybody, Roxy here from All Ours Forever. Sorry, the day got away from me, but we made it finally. Here we are. So tonight we're going to finish off our 4th of July. Going into the end of our 4th of July crafts. And this one's kind of a rustic craft. So what we're going to do tonight is I just took a piece of board, any old board. You can see I didn't even finish the back of it. Just a piece of board, and what I did was I painted just a good heavy coat of black acrylic paint. And then I put one single coat over the top of it of white chalk paint. Okay? The other thing that you're going to need is some Mod Podge, your glue gun with some glue, sandpaper or a sander. I'm going to use a top coat to seal it, scissors, and some type of material. I had some stars left over, and I had some old muslin drapes that I used, and then I had some Americana themed material. So for the next part here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this board that looks like nice chalk paint and I'm going to rough it up. And for time's sake, I'm going to use a sander. So I'm going to ask you to all please turn down your volume for just a few minutes, okay? While I do this. Okay. John, can you hand me a towel? Sorry about the noise. So when you're doing that portion of it, you can, excuse me for just a second, I'm gonna get a paper towel. Got an old towel here you can use. Okay. So this is the effect you get. It's that very popular farmhouse rustic, and you can do as much or as a little as you like, but you can see giving it the black, and I didn't even do around the edges because I didn't give it a full coat of paint around the edges, but you could really rough it up even more than what I did with the sander. But that gives you an idea. So just a black coat of acrylic paint on top of your wood, and then a coat of the white chalk paint, and then sand away. And again, you can hand sand it with sandpaper. You can use a sander, just don't get your fingers like I almost did. And definitely wear eye protection, and it's gonna get dusty. So once you get it to wherever you like it, wipe it off really good, get rid of the dust. Then what I did was I took my, actually I'm going to turn my board over, my material, got my glue gun plugged in, my material, my star material, I simply got it started with the scissors and then I tore it into strips of about half an inch to an inch. Just made a pile of those strips, and then I did the same thing with the muslin. Now what I'm going to do on the back of the board is I'm going to decide which is the top and which is the bottom of my board. And then, I like that top. That looks a little more beat up. So I'm going to turn it this direction. And then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to hot glue and alternate these strips onto the bottom of the back of the board, like so. So here we go. And I always keep a craft stick around. I bought these little metal buckets from the Dollar Tree in their floral department, and they're great for when I'm crafting like this because I can have everything close at hand. So you can keep your strips as long or as short as you want them. And you can overlap them a little bit if you want, or just put them next to each other. However you want to do it. So we made it through another week, guys. I made the mistake of going to the grocery store today. That was part of my conundrum for being so late. I apologize again. And of course it's a madhouse. But it's okay. And these don't have to be perfect. Like I said, you put them however you want them. Totally up to you. Some of my strips are a little wider than others. It really doesn't matter. But you get the idea. And once you go through here, if you decide you want them a little thicker, you can go back through and put some hot glue on the top of these strips and put some in between. So you've kind of got a second layer. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Almost done with that. That one's a little too wide. So I'm going to cut this one. All you really have to do with most of these materials is just get them started and they rip like such. And they tear pretty easy most of the time. Every once in a while you get some that doesn't, but that's okay. And you just keep alternating your pattern here. Back and forth. Almost done. I'm telling you, that sander is the handiest little thing. Now when I'm putting my strips on here, I'm basing them so that the wrong side of the material is up towards me, of course, because you want the good side of the material. I'm going to go through and I'm going to put a little bit of a second layer across here so that I've got a little bit more strips, give it a little bit of depth. My stick here. Everybody's surviving out there, doing okay. Got your 4th of July all, your plans all set and ready to go. I think we're going to do a little bit more work in the yard. And then spend some time with my daughter Leslie and her family. Whatever you're doing, I hope it's a safe and sane. Not too crazy, everybody stay safe. And you know, we've got some great things coming up in the works. We got some announcements tomorrow that I think are going to be kind of fun for everybody. Lots of new stuff going on. Like I said, it generally just tears pretty darn easy. Go. Anybody going anywhere for the weekend, or are we all staying at home? I know we're staying at home, just other than just to go to my daughter's, who's right down the street, literally one of my daughters. And I think what I'm going to do, just kind of wrap this one around the side a little bit. And you can layer these as thick as you want. Like I said, it's just supposed to be a kind of rough, rustic. Okay, so there we go. I'll give that just a second, let some of that glue dry. But you can kind of get the idea where we're going with this. Okay, now for the front, we got all our strips tacked on. Looking good there so far. Now, ideally, if I had some large wooden stars, some chunky big wooden stars, that would look great. But I don't. So what I did was I took some of the material I had and cut some of the blue stars out. So I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm just going to Mod Podge those on here. The idea is it's just an easy, quick, fun craft. And you can change this up however it suits you. Let's see here. Okay. Just kind of make it your own. That's what's fun about it. You know, no rhyme, no reason, just do your thing and have it be your style. And I just kind of placed the 3 on here. I want it to be fairly simple. Okay, once I get the Mod Podge on the underneath them, then I'm just going to do a layer over the top. Just like such. And the Mod Podge is going to dry clear, we all know that. Doesn't really matter what kind you use. I'm using the matte because I really didn't want a glossy finish on here. Just kind of make sure that they're adhered real good to the wood. And like I said, this isn't everybody's style. I get that, but it's cute. It's very budget friendly. I just used a piece of scrap lumber that we had laying around, but you could go to Walmart, get a piece of wood. You can find wood, you know, in all sorts of little places because it doesn't even have to be this big. So this will give you the idea. They're not quite dry yet, but you can kind of see what it looks like. It was quick, it was easy. I'm just going to take one of these little tooth hangers and put it on the back and just hang it outside the front door off to the side. It's just a little added decoration. And as you can see, It's kind of got that farmhouse appeal. It's kind of beat up, looks kind of weathered. Okay, so there you go. Easy, quick, just some material I had laying around, and you could fix it up and you can change it however it suits your taste. So I'm sorry again for being late. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll give it a try and do it in your style and let us see. Don't forget, we have our crafting group. It's called All Ours Forever, Crafting with Roxy. We'd love to have you join us. Have all sorts of fun. And make sure and check us out at alloursforever.com. We're on Instagram Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 6:30 in the morning for poolside chat. And we're on YouTube and on Pinterest. So tomorrow we have a little different something going on. So make sure and stay tuned in. About 2 o'clock, I think we're going to make the announcement. And I'm going to release a video you're going to want to watch. It's something else. It's, it's something I think we can all appreciate, all of us crafters. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, take care. Hope you enjoyed our craft tonight. Bye, y'all. Till next time.